Hi there, students. Scant, scanty, and scantily, the adverb. Okay, both scant and scanty are adjectives. Let's see. Scant means not a full measure, not plentiful, scarcely enough, meagre. So my scant salary isn't enough to pay for all of my needs. I think scanty we also use to mean less than is needed, but particularly it's used about clothes. So in the summer when it's hot, we wear scanty clothes. There's very little of them. A pretty girl dressed in scanty clothing. Or a handsome young man dressed in scanty clothing, whatever you go for. She was scantily dressed. Actually, let's see. She had scanty clothes. She had scant clothes. I think there's a difference here between these two. So if she had scant clothes, she didn't have enough of them. Whereas she had scanty clothes. They didn't cover very much. They weren't very big. So scant clothes did not have enough. Scanty clothes, they didn't cover very much. Okay, so scant, barely sufficient. He paid scant attention to what the teacher was saying. I was scant of breath after running up the stairs. I have the amount of available free time I have is very scant. It's inadequate. You can also use this scant meaning not a full measure. So, in that pub, they always give you a scant pint. It doesn't quite reach the line. It's always a little bit short. He paid scant attention to what was being said. Okay, scanty, small, insufficient in amount. So this scanty is talking about insufficient, too little. There was very scanty evidence to prove that the person was guilty. We were given very scanty amounts of food, but particularly scanty, not covering a lot of the body. He was wearing a very scanty pair of swimming trunks. So limited, meagre, not enough. Particularly scantily dressed, rather sparse, spare. He scrimped and saved with the scant resources available. I think you could probably say with the scanty resources available as well. So notice these two words are incredibly close, and I think on many occasions they are interchangeable. Also, one other important thing to notice: scant is definitely much more formal than scanty. I think scanty I would give a 5 in formality, maybe 5.5, whereas scant I would give it probably a 6.5. You could easily use scanty in an informal conversation. You could just about, I suppose, use scant in an informal conversation. I think scant is better for a semi-formal conversation or formal writing. Scanty, use it anywhere. Scant is a little bit more on the formal side. The scanty salary. Now, I think it sounds better. The scant salary that they pay me. The measly salary. Yeah, so scanty, smaller in size than is necessary or that you really hope for. There was very scanty evidence or very scanty information provided by the government. Yeah, particularly scanty dressed, and then scant, not enough. Yeah, he has scant regard for the truth. Yeah. Okay, so scant. It suggests a deficiency, falling short of being full. So he has scant knowledge. There are gaps in his knowledge. It doesn't come up to the level. Yeah, whereas scanty, insufficient in quantity, particularly with clothes, that they don't cover your body sufficiently. So let's see. Yeah, scant to indicate there's not much of something, or there's not as much as there should be. Scanty says maybe it's rare as well. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Scant, to pay scant regard to the truth. So he didn't tell the truth at all. There was very scant interest in this thing. There was a very scant supply. It was short of what was needed. There was a very scanty supply. There wasn't much of it, but it doesn't necessarily talk about what was needed. There was scant support for his political campaign. Okay, so I've covered most of it. Let's see. Scant and scanty. The origin from Norse scamped or scamped, MT, or scammer, meaning short, which comes from Proto-Germanic skamaz, meaning short, which itself from Proto-European skem, mutilated or with the horns cut off. Okay, so scant, not enough. Yeah, scanty, doesn't cover very much, particularly clothes. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Scant, scanty, scantily.